Shanti, peace to you, peace to me. Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Peter and today I want to talk about toilet rolls and pasta have all disappeared. Remember that? Remember that? All the toilet rolls and the pasta disappearing. Mass hysteria. You remember that? And everybody piling into the supermarkets trying to get their toilet rolls and pasta. Two very strange items for your survival. But yes, people were doing that. The manipulation that was happening before that, during that and after that. Did you see that? Did you get it? You see how we're being manipulated and pushed into this position? And how unpredictable people are. Some are anyway, and some are very predictable. Some of them, people, grown men, are actually pushing elderly ladies out the way to get to the pasta and the toilet paper. So they were being manipulated and becoming unreliable with the way that they were reacting to these situations. So really, to me, it was telling me be prepared for all eventualities. Also, it's really good, as I say, to make hay when the sun is shining, i.e. get ready for maybe harder times or leaner times, store food, and think of ways of you can prepare your water. They're great little devices now on the internet where you can clean water. You can go to any pond, river, stream, whatever, take the water up and it will filter it, and you get, I don't know, something like 60 litres of water from these little bottles that you can use. I think they're hiking bottles, but you can use them to clean water. Say if it all really does hit the wall. What if it all really does hit the wall? Anything could happen. You could have an electromagnetic pulse hit us, and that will take out all the electricity and everything that runs electricity in our world, and you go back down to nothing. Do you know how to build a fire? Excuse me, do you know how to build a fire? Do you know how to forage for food? Do you know how to cook food once you forage the food on a open fire? Can you prepare your water properly? Do you understand how the water works, and that you can actually decipher or siphon water from your urine? And once you heat it up a little bit, it's like a distilling process, because the water coming through your kidneys, through your urine, is probably the cleanest water on the planet, actually the best water, but not a lot of people know that. But it's preparing yourself for these situations, and my suggestion to you would be look at bulgur wheat. Bulgur wheat is a protein form. It's not wheat, and it hasn't really been manipulated. It's a very old grain, and how they prepared it, they boiled it up, and it's quite hard, but you can just pour hot water on it and it'll be ready for you to eat. Be ready for you to eat within 20 minutes. A little bit of soy sauce in there, or whatever, a herb of your choice if you're growing herbs like parsley or coriander, fantastic coriander, and some soy sauce. It would be nice just to eat if you got nothing else. And you can store bulgur wheat for years now. So it's the manipulation and the problems that are being caused by people, and this is all contrived as far as I'm concerned. My research has told me. If you feel differently, let me know in the comments, please. But it's all being contrived to make us into the position that we're in, so we become more subservient. It's funny, all the countries in the United Nations, this has affected this new lockdown and this all these rules that are coming out. Other countries outside of the United Nations aren't getting the same problems. No surprise there when you research the history of all these big institutions being formed. It's there, all there in black and white. You can go and research, you go and you put the dots together, you suddenly realise, we've been manipulated, we've been coerced. Our power literally is being taken away from us. Especially in this country, the UK and actually America, we're being annexed. And they say it's Putin trying to create Eurasia and trying to kill the Atlanticists called the UK and America. Maybe there is a bit to that, I don't know. Maybe there is a bit to that, but I think we're being killed ourselves, we've been destroyed ourselves, because all the manufacturing has been taken away from America and the UK, which is actually building things, constructing things that are constructive, We have the money, we create the money here in the UK and America, and I think the Vatican's got its own private bank now. You've got the European Central Bank, created more money than is needed in the world, but it's just creating an enormous debt, and there's all sorts of problems going to be coming down the pipe, all sorts of problems. So it's not just going to be toilet paper and pasta that is going to be short. Even the grains in the world storage, the world food supply, grains are becoming less and less. I think 35%, someone said 35% of our grains are down this year by 35%. So there will be problems with food, enormous food, your staple food. There will be problems with that, and you will get even bigger mass hysteria coming if this carries on the way that it is. More people are actually standing up and protesting. We've had a protest in Berlin and a protest in London that I can think of right now, and there were big protests saying no, these measures are wrong, they're actually destroying humanity. And to muzzle children with masks in schools, oh my goodness me, what are they doing? We are group beings, simple as that. Really important to get. And when we get polarized and split apart like this, it's not good for your psyche. And I remember, well, we were having a conversation last night actually about growing up with the nuclear threat by going in and hiding in your closet when a nuclear bomb comes down. Oh goodness me. And that was all over the media, hysteria all the time. There's going to be a nuclear war, there's going to be a nuclear war, there's going to be a nuclear war. So we grew up in fear and almost had I would call it almost like a gallows type humour, where you think, well, we're going to die anyway, it doesn't matter, just let's have fun. And it was incredible fun that we used to have and used to get up to. We talked about that last night, and how free and easy it was in the UK. I don't know about America, but in the UK you could go to any town you wanted with not much money, maybe £200-300 in the bank. You could set yourself up a little bed sit, you could get yourself a job, walk into a job, and you could get yourself rolling within a month or two in another new town. That's how free and easy this country used to be. It used to be like that. Now, with all the money manipulation and all the actually hyperinflation, when you look at it, it's hyperinflation. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Now kids, they're getting a mortgage. There's younger people that we know in our circle, and yeah, two of them with great jobs, I must say, they've got a mortgage and now they can start to have children. But it's a struggle. It's a struggle to make the ends meet, honestly. And in my day, it wasn't like that at all. So we've gone from affordable places to live to almost unaffordable places to live. We've had food, which was used to be very, very cheap, now is becoming very, very much harder to get good food, quality food that has nutrients in it, minerals and all this other stuff that we need. But the junk food, the rubbish, 10 a penny. You can get as much as you want. You can go to McDonald's and stuff your face every day if you want to get Crohn's disease. Do it, but it's not good for you. It's not good for you. So all this is affecting, the bad diet is affecting people's brains and their cognitive power, and that's why we're going to get mass hysteria, because it's literally going to be not zombies, but governments have been preparing for zombie attacks, and that's not it's not a joke. I can't even believe I'm saying it. It's not a joke, because they realise that with all the bad diet, all the medications, everything that's making their system toxic, is going to make their brains shudder so that they can't respond properly. They react, and it'd be like a zombie reaction, because they're so used to being acquiescent in their actions and not doing anything about anything. It will be a slow reaction, but it'd be like a zombie film unfolding in front of us. And these are your brothers and sisters, don't forget that. And they've been manipulated in this position, don't forget that either. And don't forget who the people are who are manipulating them into that position for their own gain. That is terrible karma, absolutely terrible karma. But it's coming, so be prepared. Always look at the long game. Look at how you're going to get through this in a year or 2 years time. Don't look at your present moment, because you can't compare that to say you were going on 3 holidays a year last year. This year you can't even get out of the country because of the checks and balances you have to do to get out of the country, and when you do, there's no guarantee that you're going to come back. There's no guarantee that you can leave the airport and not be quarantined for 14 days. It's this wow, very unstable world that we're moving into, and it's going to get worse as far as I can see. Maybe not, let's hope not. I keep meditating and pushing out for more positive stuff, but make sure you've got your own house in order. So you've got food prepared, you know how to clean water up if you haven't got if we don't get access to water. Or those little filtered bottles, they're really good for cleaning up water, and get food, like sprouting food, stuff like that. It's all really important for you to empower yourself to be prepared for anything that's coming. And after this little blip, good things are coming. You've got the indigo children, people like me who've just looked at this society all my life and gone, no, this is so wrong. This is so wrong, how we treat each other, how we are with each other, how the whole system is set up. You get now the rainbow children coming through who are not going to put up with this whatsoever, and it doesn't have to be enormous numbers, and that's the fact of the matter. It can be quite a small percent. 70% of the people will probably go along with anything. Fact, right? So don't worry about them. You've got 30% of the people tussling, and all you need is like about 5% of that 30%, about 5% they say, and what that can influence this 30%, which can influence the 70%, or the 70% that just go along with this battle that's going on here. This 30% have been overridden so long, all your choices and all your decisions. Literally, you've been coerced into consenting to a society where you cannot remove your consent from it now. Just think about that for 1 second. You cannot remove your consent from this society. Just think about that. So, do you feel that you're free? No. But toilet rolls and pasta have all disappeared. What are you going to do? Be prepared. That's what I say. Thank you for watching. If you've got any comments to say, please leave them in the comments section, and I'll see you in the next video. Sarang Hamida.